Hello, everyone, and good evening. Welcome to Reality Hour. I'm Adam Samuel. Today, we are talking some Dancing with the Stars. The premiere is still on the horizon, but today we are doing a cast draft. We are going to be dividing the cast into two teams, myself and my co-host, who I will introduce in a sec. We are going to put together our list, and it is a winner-take-all draft. I'm excited for this competition, but joining me, as I said, is my co-host Grace. How are you doing today, Grace?
I'm good. Really tired, but we're gonna do this.
Yes, I've done my research on these contestants. I've put together a list full of their names and the order in which I'm going to pick. Grace, now that you've had kind of a week to think to kind of get to see the cast more, what are your thoughts? Do you think this is a good cast, a lower tier cast? What are your thoughts on where the cast itself lands?
I mean, I don't really know who a lot of these people are, so that upsets me. And also, Tyra was going around taunting about how diverse this cast would be, and it looks literally like the same old cast we've gotten 29 seasons now. Except just with far fewer familiar names.
Yeah, I mean, I went into like my research of the contestants, like willing to learn more, and I wasn't really that like taken with a lot of these people. Like I was just this seems like a bottom of the barrel, and it never felt that way before. Like for the first time, but you know what? That could be good because you've no high expectations. The season could be surprising. You know, like it can be. For me, it's like it could be a cast of just people on the street. You're just kind of watching to see. There's no biases. You're just watching to see who's the best dancer. You know.
Hopefully.
But before we get into the cast, I want to ask Grace. I have been a little bit unplugged, like I said, from the Dancing with the Stars sphere. Although I did hear there was some news. Would you like to? Could you share it?
Okay, actually, I didn't watch the announcement either, but I saw on Twitter, Derek Huff is replacing Len at the judges' table. That is the big announcement.
This makes sense, Grace.
It does.
It's sad. Well, I wanted to ask, what do you think about the judges and Len himself? What do you think about them?
I mean, all of the judges have been there since day one. There have been very few changes at the judges' table. There was a season where Len wasn't there. We had a few seasons with Julianne Hough, who was much better on Dancing with the Stars than she was on AGT. And Len is like the head judge. He's very by the book, and the show has kind of gone a little bit off that as it's progressed, and he hasn't exactly approved of that, but I'm gonna miss him. I hope that Derek does well. He said a few years ago that he didn't want to be a judge because he thought he'd be too nice and give everybody tens. And I don't want that. But from people that I know who've watched World of Dance more than I have, he actually does give pretty solid feedback. His sister did too. So that will be good to see.
I don't know how Derek will be as a judge. I will say, before she was on before she was on America's Got Talent, I thought Julianne Hough was a pretty solid like judge on Dancing with the Stars. I thought she was pretty good. I don't really know
her element. That's the thing.
Yeah, maybe it's just because she's good at judging dance. Like, there's some things that are easier to judge if it's in your wheelhouse, I guess. Mm-hmm. But yeah, I'm excited for Derek. I think he's cool. I feel like he's kind of shifting. Like, at the same time, I almost would want him a little bit back as a pro himself, but I also I can appreciate that he's still kind of staying in the sphere of the show.
Yeah.
But for the original cast, who was not the cast, the judges panel? Who was the actual like day one judges panel?
Carrie Ann, Len, and Bruno.
Really? Wow.
Yeah.
And how long has the show even been on? How many years?
This started in 2005 during the summer.
Wow.
This is the 15th year. Oh, Len and Bruno were actually judges on Strictly Come Dancing, which is the UK version. It's the original. And Bruno's still on the show, so he travels. Well, he would be traveling back and forth. I think this year they're going to like Skype him in or whatever.
To Dancing with the Stars?
Strictly. He's going to be there. Oh. Well, no, because like they can't Skype them from the UK because 5 p.m. Well, 8 p.m. Eastern time is 1 a.m. UK time, and they're both old men with bedtimes, so
Yeah.
that wouldn't work.
Well, there you go. So, is there any news to discuss kind of the show, kind of before we get into the draft itself? Is there any big things going on that you've heard or rumors, anything exciting?
all of the couples have been rumored, but I don't want to speak of them until they're official because I don't want to spoil it. I don't want to spoil the fun for people.
All right. Fair enough. So, how we usually do these drafts on Reality Hour is I actually would toss it over to Eric to flip a coin on his Siri device. I guess since he's not here, I'm just going to casually take out my phone and flip a coin. So, Grace, I'm going to ask, heads or tails?
Heads.
Hey, Siri, flip a coin. It's tails.
I can't see it, but I'll take your word for it.
Should I do it again? You want me to do it again?
No,
It
it's
says
okay.
tails. All right. So, tails. So, I will go first. So, I have the pick of the board. I am going to pick someone who I think can win and I think might actually win now that I've kind of looked through everyone. This was a name that I was thinking of going in, like pretty certain of, and that is going to be Sky Jackson. I'm going to pick Sky Jackson for myself. I think she checks the boxes for someone who could not only do well but who could win. I think she has the athleticism. I think she has the fan base. I don't think people should underestimate like the Disney crowd, and I think she's someone I wouldn't be surprised to see her at the end.
Mm-hmm. She apparently did tweet that she has scoliosis, so that might be a hurdle. But
why would you tell me that now?
Because it's fun to mess with you.
But what are your thoughts on Sky? What do you think about her? Are you a fan or not a fan?
I've never heard of her, but I do think she could
Me
do
neither.
well.
I'm just picking her because look at a glance, like who would I like pick like right away? I would say her. I think she's an interesting character. The thing is, like I said, I don't know her. She was on the show Jessie and the sequel Bunked. She's been in some animated things. I just think she's it also says she's an author. She's an author. She's like 18. Anyway.
Oh, everybody writes books.
Well, anyway.
Except for me.
Yeah. That's my pick. Sky Jackson.
Okay.
Now, Grace, the ball is in your
between
court.
two people.
Who are you going to go with?
I'm going to pick AJ McLean.
He was my next pick.
I mean, I kind of figured I was between two people. I'm not going to tell you who the other one was, and I kind of figured if you didn't pick AJ or if I didn't pick AJ that you would. But honestly, I mean, Nick Carter did really well. I think every boy bander except for one that I can think of has at least been in the top 5.
The thing is, I don't know if people will show up for AJ. Honestly, like I think that he's kind of not in the same level as some of the other boy band names. You know what I mean?
Maybe not, but I mean, the Backstreet Boys, nobody really had a good solo career. But even so, he's athletic. He has a lot of ideas. I think he could do well. And for every contestant that I can think of a reason why they'll win, I can think of a reason why they won't. So,
have you heard anything about his partner? Do you know, without saying who it is it like a hopeful sign or is it a not hopeful sign?
Makes me nervous because this pro has not had a finalist in a long time.
All right. Well, I think here my next pick is obvious, but I think it's also someone you probably want. So I'm going to pick it. I'm going to go with Johnny. I think Johnny.
He was my next pick.
Yeah, I think Johnny is he's a figure skater. Like this is his wheelhouse. He's got to be like he's going to do better than he did on the Masked Singer. I think he's got
kind of hard not to.
Yeah.
He was the first one gone.
Yeah. I think he's one to watch. I'm pretty happy with my 2 picks. Sky and Johnny. I feel like the names that we picked honestly here I think we might have even picked the winner, honestly, like at this point, which is maybe a little bit too far-fetched to say, but I think it's going to be one of these. Well, more one of these two. One of the two that I have. What do you think about Johnny Grace?
I agree with everything you're saying. I think he could do really well.
Yeah, I think he's got ringer status written all over him. I think he's going to go far. I feel like there's so much room for him. I wouldn't be surprised to see him at the end or even with the mirror ball. But now it's your turn. Who are you going with?
I don't want to pick this person, but I think they have a shot at winning. I'm going to go with Caitlin.
I'm surprised about that. Tell me why, Caitlin.
The Bachelor Nation. I just don't want 2 in a row to win. But I think he could.
Yeah, for me, I would say that Caitlin, I see her more like top 3, maybe top 4.
I think she's a shoo-in for the finale, unless she is even if she is horrible. But
I don't know. I feel like it would be almost too predictable for her to make it like again, like another Bachelorette contestant. I feel like I don't know. Do you see people connecting with her like they have some other people in the past?
I mean, there's been some issues regarding racism, so that could knock her. But she was supposed to be on the show 5 years ago, and people still aren't over it. And I don't know.
Why wasn't she on the show 5 years ago?
I don't know. But I mean, people voted for Grocery Store Joe and Bobby Bones, so I take no heed into what these crazy people are thinking.
All right. Well, I will say, despite it all, I think you're right. I do think there is potential for her to go far, even though I might not like it, and I don't know. I don't know. There's some ickiness there that I don't really kind of approve of, and I don't really want to. I don't want that to be rewarded. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
All right, but is it my turn next?
Yes.
I feel like at this point I could kind of go for the obvious, like 4th, 5th placer, obvious. But I feel like at this point it's the board. I'm gonna go for fun. Like I'm gonna. You know what? Now what? I'm torn. Do I like go for like the you know what? Nah, I'm gonna go with I'll go with Jeannie Mai. I think she's I think she'll win? No. I think she'll go. She seems like a cool person. I mean, like I was like reading about her. I found her a little bit interesting. I think she's fun. Do I see her winning? Like I said, no. I think potential top half though. Do you agree?
Mm-hmm.
What are your thoughts on Jeannie? Are you a fan or not a fan?
I have no clue who the woman is. I don't know who any of these people are.
Well, I will say though, now that I've picked her, I am starting to think there is one person who I might have wanted to go with. I don't know if you're gonna go with this person, but yeah, Jeannie. Just in summary, I like her. She seems cool. She seems fun. We did have one person a couple of years ago. I think her name was Ginger. She was she was kind of similar a little bit. How did Ginger do? Did she win?
She came in 3rd.
Oh, not bad. Maybe.
I don't think she should have made the finale, but she did come in 3rd.
All right. Well.
But also, she works for ABC, so this is why I stand by my pick in Caitlin. So nepotism is alive and well.
Nepotism is. Who are you going with next?
I'm gonna pick Justina.
That was not actually who I was gonna go with.
Maybe I'll regret next pick. Vegas loves her. I like her partner. I'm not gonna say who it is. I think I don't know. I'm struggling here, Adam. All the good people are gone. And I don't want to pick the bad people yet.
Yeah, exactly. That's kind of where we're at. I feel like Justina, she could be fun. I mean, she's like she was in One Day at a Time. She was in Jane the Virgin. I feel like She has somewhat of a fan base. The thing is, I don't see them really coming out for her. You know what I mean? Like, I feel like her fan base is not gonna carry her too far. I think she's just. I see her going out like quietly middle pack. You know, like I don't see her making that big of a dent. But maybe like maybe there's some fun stuff there to do with her. But yeah, I mean, I just don't see too much happening there.
You never know. There's always like one person that I'm like never looking for and they do really well. Like a James Hinchcliffe type.
Frankie Muniz.
I loved him. I actually thought he was going to do well. The final
All
three were
right.
clear as day that season, but yeah.
He should have won. He was really good that season. It was.
Jordan had it in the bag.
Uh, I gotta say, like, I recently went back. Tangent time.
Okay.
So Jordan, who was that was Lindsey Sterling's season,
Yeah,
right?
she came in second.
Yeah, she should have won. I was so hardcore
Her
rooting for her.
freestyle was better than Jordan's, but Jordan was better all season.
I still go back and watch it sometimes because it was just so epic and so cool. Like when she whips out the violin, I was like, yeah, like go. And but rewatching some of Jordan's performance, there was just one that really bugged me, which was when he did Proud Mary, which was when they did like the retread of like previous like iconic Dancing with the Stars performances. Do you remember that? Or am I reaching too?
I'm remembering that dance, but I'm like, I don't remember that week. I'm almost on my rewatch. I'm almost done with season 21. That was season 25. I have a full-time job now. I have a ways to go on that.
But anyway, he did this dance, and it was one that Mark Ballas did with Paige Van Zandt, and it was one of my all-time favorites. And I'm still bitter because the judges said that they thought it was. I think they said it was better than Mark Ballas's, and I was like, nope. And rewatching it, I actually think I noticed a mistake during the performance. So there you go. And that got a 10. Anyway, my next pick, I think this person probably can't win, but it's someone I would kind of like to have on my team. I'm going with Jesse. John Tucker himself. I think you know John Tucker Must Die, right? You've seen it.
I've never seen it, but I've heard of it.
Yeah, it's really funny. Like it's do you know what it's about? What the plot of it is?
No.
Well, basically, this guy starts. He's a bit of a cheater on his girlfriend, and this group of friends decide they're going to get together and ruin his life because that's how it is. And it's a funny movie, and yeah, I think people. It's like I don't even know how it's like. It's he reminds me of. Are you a Big Brother fan?
No.
No. Well, that's metaphor. It's not going to work then. Anyway, I think he's a viable, safe choice here. I think at this point we are starting to separate things into where they might end up going. I think Jesse, he's a little bit older in age, but I feel like he's got some athleticism. I think he could still do some pretty cool stuff. What do you think about Jesse? Otherwise, even though you might not have seen,
I think he's competent.
Competent. And you know what? In today's day and age, like competent is fine.
That's the last two winners.
Inoffensive was the word I was kind of looking for. Like he's perfectly vanilla, and like it could be worse. As a Big Brother fan, it could be worse. All right. Who are you going with next?
I'm looking because I separated mine into 3 tiers, and my middle tier is like half gone. My top tier is completely gone.
Yeah. Yeah. At this point, you know what, Grace? Just go for it. Go for fun. Like embrace the chaos.
If you're going for fun,
but don't go for the fun that I'm looking for. Because I'm looking for. There's one person who I really want on my team.
I'm gonna pick Nelly.
Ooh, I got her. Yes. Nelly, yeah, good choice. Tell me about Nelly.
Okay, he's problematic. His partner is, spoiler alert, inexperienced, but
yikes.
I need both musicians on my team.
We both know like the first performance has got to be like one of his
Hot in
iconic
Here,
songs.
Ride With Me.
I was
Something
going
like
with Ride With Me. Like it's
that. That
going
would
to
be a
be
good
some
salsa. It would
what?
be. It would be a good salsa because it's got that that.
Hey, why'd you stop? We were going to do a thing. I was like snapping. We were going to.
Don't make me dance.
Nelly, I think he's a fun. Like I said, I feel like he's almost a little bit more of like a novelty act. Like it's a one hit wonder. He's got like the 2 songs. And do you know any other songs between the what?
He's got more than 2 songs.
No, but like, do you know any other songs than those 2?
Yes.
I don't. I'm just saying, like, I feel like once that train kind of is used up, I feel like there's not much more steam left behind.
Yeah.
You know, I don't know how far.
He is one of the bigger names this year, so that could be enough, but he could also flounder. We don't know.
Do you think he could win? I don't see it.
I think we already picked the winner.
I think we've already picked everyone in the top 3, honestly.
Probably.
Which is why, at this point, I am saying, you know what? Screw it. I'm going for fun. I want Carole Baskin on my team. You know what? Look, none of these other people, I don't think it. Watch if if Monica ends up winning, and then here I am picking Carole Baskin, and I could have picked someone like her.
Not that we pay any attention to what he says, but he did pick her as a possible sleeper.
Yeah, Carole Baskin, the Tiger Queen.
What he says.
The Tiger Queen herself. I want her on my team. She is a total. I don't know what a nice word to say here is. You know what? I love
the great. A lot of buzz.
Yeah, you know, like here's how I see Carole Baskin's performance going. Week 1, terrible. Week 2, everyone expects her to go home. She makes it. Same performance that episode, terrible. She just keeps on coasting, like just getting by on her name alone because I think. Yeah, exactly.
Although a lot of people voting for him were people that don't watch the show.
I'm just so excited to see her do "Eye of the Tiger" because you know it's coming. There's like what
Not
songs have tied?
Yeah. The first week it's probably no because nobody gets a paso week 1.
I know what the first week song is. It's gonna be "In the Jungle." In the jungle, the lion sleeps tonight. I
think they've got a roar because they've got that. I've got the Eye of the Tiger.
Oh, this is gonna be fun. You know, like Grace.
I haven't seen any music spoilers yet, but
no, you know we're having this conversation here, but you know, like the producers are having the exact same conversation. Like, what songs have tigers in it? I didn't even think of her. That's a good one.
If she makes it to Disney Week, which it's only week 3, so she probably will. Are there any Disney movies that prominently feature tigers?
I just can't wait to be king.
That's the Lion King.
That's dark if you like look at it from the Tiger King lens.
And that one's done every year. Let's get some new songs for Disney Week. We're talking. There's been rants on Twitter already from huge Dancing with the Stars fans, like new songs for Disney Week.
Well, what are the Dancing with the Stars fans thinking? What are their kind of thoughts on the cast? Is there someone there kind of rooting?
They just like to complain.
Don't we all? Like that's just human nature at this point, honestly.
Sorry if anyone were watching, but you know it's true.
All right, so Carole Baskin, how do you think she's got it? I think she actually goes out like 10th. Like I think she
could make it to like top 7 when the train wrecks usually stay. Like the train wrecks who survive usually go that week.
Oh, I just remember like Paula Deen like making on my first season I ever watched. Like she made it far, like
farther than I thought she would. But I mean, of course, I thought she'd be going first.
How did she? She was like in 9th or like 10th. Like it was she went far, and like that season was. I love that season. It was just such a mess, but it was like the perfect and like first step into the Dancing with the Stars world.
She made it to week 6.
Out of how
9th
many?
Place.
Wow.
There were 13 people.
That was a guess. That was a wild guess.
Yeah.
All right. Well, we've got how many people? We got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5.
9. There's 6 left.
Here's an idea I have for us, Grace. How about there's 6 people left?
Yeah.
How about we each pick 2 more, and we leave 2 contestants on the cutting room floor, and if they win, neither of us win. Like
That would leave us with an odd number. There's
would it?
15.
So
And we have
how about we
you've
just
picked
leave,
5, I've picked 4.
So we'll leave one person on the
Okay.
floor. So if they win, this is the finale podcast is just going to be all like us in veils. Like,
I'll have
that's
to
how
get a
we'll
veil
do.
for when AJ gets eliminated. But anyway.
All right.
All right.
So we're square on that. That's what we'll do.
All right.
All right.
Now
Your
it's my
pick.
turn.
Go ahead.
Any of my middle contestants. You know what? I'm gonna pick Neve. I don't think he has a shot, but I mean, he's danced before. His partner sucks, but I think he could have some decent potential.
He was actually my 15th, like listed out of
Wow.
15.
Oh,
I don't know why. I was just like, I don't see people voting for this dude. Like,
I don't either, but I mean, he's studied dance before, so I mean, the casual voters could be like, "Oh, he's good. I'll vote for him."
I think he's just. I feel like when you put him on the next, like Jesse, I feel like people are probably going to go Jesse, right? Unless there's like some. But then again, you do make the point like he does have some dancing experience, so maybe he could be. Maybe there's something there.
Yeah.
All right. Not much else to say about him, but for my next pick, this is hard. Like this is where it just gets rough. But I'm going to go with I'm between you know what? I am going to take Bobby Bones' words, and I am going to for once I'm going to I'm going to go with Monica. I think I feel like he knows something, Grace. You know what? Look, do I think she wins? No. But at this point, my choices are getting pretty slim. So Monica it is. Tell me about Monica, Grace.
She's the coach on cheer. I think she had work ethic, attention to detail. Those are good assets.
Yeah, maybe we are sleeping on her a little bit. Maybe she could go a little bit further. I mean, I could see her going like 8th or 7th. I think
Eric,
she could.
get out of here.
Oh, Eric's here?
He's in the chat. Carol Baskin for the win, he says.
You know what? Carol Baskin is on my team, and I think you're all sleeping on her. I think she could do very well. And if she wins, I get to wear my crown for the finale podcast, and that's all that matters here. Like, if you win, you have to have like a crown or something to.
I think
I
have a tiara somewhere. I need to find it.
All right, so Monica for me, Grace. I think I'm going to throw it back to you now. We got 4 very viable people here. Who are you going with?
I'm gonna pick Vernon. Our football player.
Our football player. He was 11th on my list. Did I not pick
Vegas has him like, I mean, I take no clout to Vegas because they had Carol Baskin like way below everyone else. And I'm frozen, but you can hear me, right?
Yeah, I can hear you. Go on.
That's all that matters. Okay. But yeah, they had Vernon like middle of the pack. I don't even remember who his partner is, but I mean, never ever sleep on the football players unless they're old. And he's not that old. So
Oh, I didn't even think of that. Wait, now I'm worried. I'm just glad I got Carol Baskin on my team.
You have Johnny Weir.
I have Johnny Weir and Sky. I have Johnny Weir and Sky. Yeah, Vernon, I just don't have that many thoughts on these kind of this archetype of contestants. So who knows? Now, there are 3 names left. I feel like at this point I'm pretty confident who's going to be left on the cutting room floor. So it's between the these two people.
Anne, Chriselle, and Charles.
Yes. One I think couldn't. I don't know. Like this is hard. I feel like I don't even know. This one's. I think I'm gonna go with actually. You know what? I'm gonna go with Anne Hatch. I think she's more fun. I was torn between her and I think you know who I was torn. The other person was, and I'm just picking her because more fun. Honestly, I think the other person could maybe win, but Anne is more fun, and I'm team fun. That's how we run this podcast. We're team fun.
Team fun. All right, we've got.
Tell me about Anne. Wait, we're still on Anne. Tell me about Anne.
She's Ellen's ex.
And that's
She's done soap operas.
That's all we got. All right. Go on and take Chriselle. Tell me, right?
Yeah, I'm going to take Chriselle.
All right. So that means if Charles wins this season, we both have to podcast in veils, like
all black.
All black. Just is there a world or a universe where Charles ends up winning the season?
No. A basketball player has never done well. He's one of the older contestants. I mean, his partner's a solid asset if his partner is who Twitter thinks it is. Because that and Johnny, we don't know. But
yeah, anyway, let's talk.
Yeah, it's hard to move well when you're that tall, is the issue.
Yes. Let's talk about Chriselle. Tell me about her.
The only thing about Chriselle is how she got her name. And it's a weird story.
Tell me the story.
Her mom went into labor at a Shell gas station, and the attendant that helped her's name was Chris, so they combined the two.
Oh, dear.
That is the weirdest thing I've ever heard in my life.
It says she was engaged to Matthew Morrison.
Huh. That doesn't mean anything.
Yeah. But look, I actually think she's I'm a little surprised that she's so far down on the list, honestly. I'm surprised she wasn't.
Nobody knows who she is.
Yeah, but I feel like nobody knows who most of these people are.
True.
She could have a breakout moment. I think it was a good choice, honestly. And now I'm maybe starting to regret Anne, but I feel like Anne's more fun. But Chriselle, that's what I was thinking. Anne's more fun, but Chriselle has winnability.
This is the Tyra Banks COVID season. Let's have fun with it.
Yeah, you know what? Nothing else. Let's just kind of enjoy the season. So that's it. Charles left on the cutting room floor. The teams are, for me, I have Sky, Johnny, Jeannie, Jesse, Anne, Monica, and Carol Baskin herself, the queen. If Carol wins, I get to wear something better than the crown. Maybe I'll come dressed as I'll have to go out and buy a costume.
Are we gonna get costumes for every theme? Because that would be way too much.
We could have costumes for Disney Week. I've got some Mickey ears,
or for Halloween night we could wear costumes.
Yeah, we could totally down. This is a podcast of fun. This is Anyway, Grace, who's on your team?
AJ, Caitlin, Justina, Nelly, Neve, Vernon, and Chriselle.
All right, we need a team name. Do we got a team name for you? Dress as a tiger, Eric says.
According to Eric, it's Team Not Adam.
Team Not Adam. That is oh dear. Oh God. Can you imagine? I totally need to do that now. On the episode when Carol Baskin goes home, that's what I'm gonna.
That's your tribute.
I'm not even gonna bring any mention to it. We'll just podcast, and it'll just be no reference to the fact that I'm in a tiger costume.
And I'll have I Want It That Way playing in minor when AJ gets eliminated.
All right, I've got my team name though. So Grace's team is Team Not Adam, so that's #Team Not Adam. I'm going to be hashtag Team Hot Mess. that is my team because that's and Carol Baskin is like on the ranking list. She is number one. Like she's just,
Okay. Oh, how do I make my comments public?
I think you got to go on the sidebar.
Oh,
There's like on the top it says I think we're in private chat.
yeah.
You can go in the comments. But yeah, so anyone who's watching, are you team hashtag not Adam or hashtag Team Hot Mess? I'm you know what, that's just me. I'm just here for the hot mess of it all. You know what? There's two kinds of like a seasons. There's a season where it's like there's viable contestants and the hot messes, and I think putting them together, those are the best when you kind of have that balance. When it's just all one or all nothing, it kind of isn't, it needs some variety.
Mm-hmm.
All right, so that's kind of our draft. Anything you want to bring up, Grace, about the show, the season? Do you have any bold predictions here that you want to throw out? Eric says, I hope this is going better than BB22. Eric and I are going to be podcasting about BB22 tomorrow.
Yeah, I've seen
and I have no idea what I'm going to be saying. But honestly, I'm truly saying this. I have like steered clear. Like there's been some crazy stuff going on the feeds. For the first time, I've like took my phone. I've said, you know what? We're gonna put this away. We're gonna come back in like a week. We'll like just leave it over there. Everything is burning. Let's just take a step away because it's not good, and it's
That's
just
from what I've
bad.
heard.
What?
That's what I've heard. Like you and like a bunch of other people that I follow that watch the show are like, this season sucks.
Not only does it suck, it's like the season that you've been hoping for, and like you've built it up to be this big thing, and then not only is it bad,
like when Dancing with the Stars did an all-star season.
It's not just bad; it's really bad.
Because Dancing with the Stars did an all-star season, and it wasn't the worst idea ever. I mean, okay, they brought Bristol Palin back; that was a horrible idea, but like everybody that came back was like pretty much disappointing as all heck, and it
Who
made
won?
for just like another season, but with returning contestants.
Who won?
Melissa Rycroft.
Were any winners brought back?
A bunch.
Did they have the same pairing with the pros?
Some of them, but not all.
That doesn't sound fair. Like I feel like if you're,
I don't run the casting department.
But if you did, it would just be pros dancing with other pros. Have we ever had like no?
What's the fun in that?
Exactly.
You can just watch, you think you can dance if you're going to do that.
Have you been watching So You Think You Can Dance?
This year got canceled. I have watched it before.
It got canceled, or is it?
This season didn't happen. It's not going to happen this year. But I mean, a lot of the pros have come from there.
Who? Like which ones?
Lindsay.
Whitney. I love Lindsay.
Yeah, her sister was on 2 years ago. She came in second, and she wants to be on the show, but she's basically said there's two blonde Utah girls. That's why
I love Lindsay. She's one of my favorite pros. Like I'm never going to be famous enough to be on one of these shows, but if I could pick a pro, I would probably go with Lindsay. What about you?
Whitney's my favorite. I like Lindsay too, though. She and her sisters have a YouTube channel. Except right now, Lindsay's pregnant, so that's what a lot of them are centering around.
Oh yeah, that's why she's not. So she's obviously
she and Whitney are both pregnant, so they're sitting this season out. But Lindsay has already said she plans to return.
Yeah, I love Lindsay. She's cool. She also seems like fun. Anyway, Grace, anything else to kind of bring up about the show, the hopes, things going on?
It starts on Monday night, 8:00 ABC. I will be live tweeting if I can. Which, yeah, brace yourself. Adam thinks I'm hilarious.
I'm gonna watch the show. I think I'm gonna watch it live just because I feel like it could be a lot of fun to tweet along with it. I
haven't seen any music spoilers for this week. Usually they come out on a week-by-week basis. I've heard that week 3 is Disney night. And week 2, I think, is going to be on Tuesday because of Monday Night Football. But when we hear official words, let's just enjoy the train wreck that is to come.
Do you have any predictions for songs that might be performed week 1?
I'm guessing probably a Nelly. Nelly's going to get one of his own songs.
Yeah.
AJ will probably get a Backstreet Boys song.
Yep.
The
Lion Sleeps Tonight. Come on. It's got to happen.
Again, I mean, unless she gets a Foxtrot week 1, which I don't know. But I know Johnny has a Cha-Cha, but beyond that, I have no idea what anybody else has.
All right. I'm going to predict someone's doing Bad Guy, but Billie Eilish.
This week or Halloween night, or... Because somebody did it Halloween night last year.
Probably someone this season. And then I'm going to guess we're going to get some Hamilton music, honestly.
Probably. I want a Broadway week.
That could be fun.
I would love that. They've done it before, just not recently.
All right. Well, to our viewers, if you've made it this far, I will say that this is going to be our steady time and day for these podcasts moving forward. We'll be back next week. I will be back with Grace to talk about the premiere, and that will be kind of how we'll go moving forward. But I will say for Reality Hour, I will also be talking tomorrow with Eric, talking about Big Brother 22, which I got to tell you, very scared to be doing, because I don't even know what I'm gonna like. There are hot messes, and then there are like dumpster fires, and this is like almost teetering on the edge of going a step further than dumpster fires. Like, that's how bad. Like, it says a lot that I'm not keeping up with this show. Like, trying not to keep up with it. It's like, and I love Big Brother. Like, truly, like it is probably one of my all-time favorite shows. But for the first time, I'm like,
I know like half the people in the celebrity seasons, including both winners, have been on Dancing with the Stars before.
Yeah. But otherwise, then on Thursday, we will be talking America's Got Talent with Eric. You can, Eric, my regular co-host, who
Eric
I'll
Asher.
be talking with. Yes. Anyway, I will say to our viewers, I'm Adam Samuel. You can find me on Twitter at AdamSoapbox, or on my website, adamsoapbox.com and adamstvblog.com. And my YouTube channel, which will be linked down below. The channel is called Adam Samuel, but if you Google Adam Samuel on YouTube, there's like 50 different accounts, and you will not find my channel. Seriously, like, it's just not there. Where can we find you?
Reality2_Grace on Twitter. I'm also a judge on a Dancing with the Stars fantasy game on Twitter called Dancing with the Stars Showdown. It's at DWTS Showdown on Twitter. I run the fan edition season. We're actually all celebrities. I'm Mel B, which is really fun. And we're on Thursdays and Saturday nights at some time, and we're doing our Disney night on Thursday. So maybe I'll have some new song ideas after this comes out.
How does that work? How does the Twitter thing work?
Okay, so everybody like picked a celebrity that they wanted to be, and they're paired with a Dancing with the Stars pro. One's with a Strictly pro because we kicked Keo off for reasons that we won't get into.
Okay.
And yeah, so sometimes they pick the music, sometimes we pick it, and we have to judge how we think they would do. It's really weird. It's hard to judge something you're not watching.
That seems really hard. You could like easily like decide, I don't like this person. One, and just every performance to one.
Well, this week we had Kelly Clarkson on, and she, for some reason, I don't know, they had them pick their own songs, and she picked A Moment Like This, which the real Kelly Clarkson hates that song. So we kind of hosed her for being uninspired, and then she got kicked off. But
who won?
We don't have a winner yet.
Who are some of the other celebrities? Anyone I would know?
We had George Strait, but he was the first one gone because he's an old man. Two people from Hamilton, actually, which is super fun. Makes me
Which ones?
Daveed Diggs, who's also Mr. Noodle on Sesame Street. Don't ask me how I know that.
How do you know that?
My friend, I don't watch the show. I have people for that. Chloe Lucasiak, who was on Dance Moms. I actually really like her.
Who was she on Hamilton?
No, she wasn't in Hamilton. She was on Dance Moms.
Oh.
I don't remember. Oh, Anthony Ramos was the other guy from Hamilton. I don't know who he plays, though.
Okay, go on.
Shay Mitchell from Pretty Little Liars, who I'm sure if Eric is still watching would love to see on the show.
I don't know who that is. Go on.
He always roots for the Pretty Little Liars people.
Okay.
I'm trying to think. Who else is there? Nathan Sykes from The Wanted. It's kind of a grab bag. They all got to pick.
keep going.
Yeah, I don't remember them, honestly.
All right. Well, Grace, this was fun to talk with you.
It was.
I'm looking forward to my team, to Carol Baskin getting crowned the winner. And
Keep breathing, dude.
if she wins, I'm gonna have like the most elaborate getup ever. Like it's gonna be the crown, the tiger costume with like a crown on top, and I'm gonna hold like like little flags with Carol Baskin's face, and I'll just be like, yeah. Anything else, Grace, to bring up? Otherwise, we'll call this a day.
America's Got Talent starts in 14 minutes.
Yeah.
Let's enjoy
God. If I could get serious for like a moment here, like this year's just been awful for TV shows. Like we've here on Reality Hour, like looking back, we've had American Idol, which was a bit of a mess. We've had Big Brother, which I don't even want to touch. America's Got Talent, which, oh my God, like it doesn't, there's no bright spot here. Like they're all just, so you know what? Maybe Dancing with the Stars could be it. Like that's where I'm at. Like bring it on. Like it can't get worse. That could be the title of this podcast. It can't get any worse, hopefully. But
Hopefully.
every time you say that, it's like you're just playing a dangerous game. Anyway, this was fun. Like I said, Grace, thank you so much for joining me. It's fun to have you on the podcast. Man, hopefully Charles doesn't win because that's going to be really awkward. Anyway, until next time, I'll be back, like I said, tomorrow. God help me, Big Brother. You should tune in, Grace, because, oh God. Until then, peace.